Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, and Freddie. It's been 449 episodes. I have still not changed the intro video. I'm sorry.
The intro video needs an update, but here is what we're happy about.
What are we
Thank
happy about?
God it's Monday. Now let's take a sip.
Let's go. There's my Fred. It's my first sip of coffee. Ah, yes. How about that one? That big bobcat, that big thermos of coffee. How is it this morning?
Oh, it is hot and it is good.
I like it. I like it. So I've been telling my AI when I get up, like how I slept, what I plan on having, what kind of day I'm having. And I woke up this morning and I started talking and I said, I don't feel like getting out of the bed. And it said, you don't have a choice. You've got to do episode 449 of First Sip this morning.
That's what it said?
That's what it said. I like that. I
I
like
do
that.
too.
You don't have a choice. You've got bus riders. We got to get our minds right.
You've got to get up.
You got to. You got to. Went on a little run this morning, got some eggs, got some water, and had that first sip of coffee. And now we get to see all of our great bus riders. Good morning, Joe. Great to see Joe all the way from the Boston, Massachusetts.
Let's go,
Oh,
Joe.
let's go, Joe. I like that. Let's go, Joe. San Diego has their mind right. Let's Antarctic Mike up early as he is always. I love it. Love having Mike here. Good morning, DJ. Great to see DJ here.
DJ!
Gary, all the way from the Dallas, Texas area. Let's see, Antarctic Mike, enjoy. And then there's Paul. I love it when you call me Paul Pappy.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
That's right. There's Julie. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Julie. Going to be talking a little bit about Julie later on. Fred, I want to know something. You get the bike fixed?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, and apparently it's easier to ride a wheelie on the street tires.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And so now y'all are both looking out the window and thinking, oh my gosh, Solby's going to hurt himself on this bike.
The best thing for my wife to do is just not even look.
Not look. Hey, I would be in the same position. I can't say much. Makes me nervous. Makes me nervous. But now, I was thinking about this. I saw that post that you did on LinkedIn, and me and you both, we were shooting more free throws in the driveway than we were working on cars.
Yeah.
And I remember when you told me about starting at Bobcat, you didn't have much experience with trailers and hooking things up and basically doing everything that you're doing now, right?
Equipment. No, I'd never been in a Bobcat.
Never been in a Bobcat. So you learned the dirt world and you learned everything kind of on the job, essentially.
I heard this one time. Started at the bottom, now I'm here.
Oh, there it is.
I started at the bottom.
You started at the bottom and now you're here 20 something years later. But I have
22 years this month.
22 years this month. I've got so much respect though for people that know how to build things, and we've got a lot of them in F3, right?
Oh,
We've got
yeah.
people that can build and they can do so many things.
Yeah, I can tell you this. When I'm on a machine and I feel like I'm doing something, and then I get off and look at what I thought I was doing, I'm not an operator. And then I can go watch somebody that knows what they're doing, grade, slope, and you just watch them and you're, wow, this guy's good.
Yeah. I mean, I love, that I love this too. And we're going to actually be talking. It's funny that we started down this path, but we're going to be talking more about this, more on that to come. But right out my window here, there's so much site work construction. I mean, I see all of the equipment working together, all of the operations, so many people that come in, everybody's got their job. I just love construction and how little things getting done by people make big buildings.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about. So I work out with John from Robbins and Morton.
Ah.
And you think of that massive job site, and you ride by and you look at it, and it looks chaotic. And you talk to him, and he's like, well, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. That doesn't mean it's less chaotic, but it is organized chaos because everybody's on a timeline. Everybody knows exactly where they're supposed to be, exactly what they have to do. But you look at the entire job site, and it's crazy. But
It is.
everybody's dialed in.
Everybody's dialed in, and it's awesome. You know what? Like when I'm standing out here and watching over this job site, and again, I've got a lot of photography and things, but the thing is, just what you're saying, it's a thing of beauty. It's kind of like watching a football practice. You know how they'll get in an elevated position, and you see that, and you watch it enough, and you start to see what he's talking about. The other thing that I will notice with them, it doesn't matter what they're doing, they do a very, very good job with it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're picking up a pile of rocks and you're moving it from here to there, and you're going to be having to move it again a day later, it doesn't matter. Everything is nice and neat. Nice and neat.
Now I got a question for you that I
Yes,
just
sir.
thought of. If pretend your day is a football practice, and you have the coach from the national championship Indiana Hoosiers at an elevated position watching your day step by step, what would he say?
Depends on the day. It depends on the day, but that incredible intensity. But now, you know what I will say? Somebody like that, he's doing what he's loved. He's probably loved football since the day he was 13 years old in the backyard, right? That's who he is. And you love what you do, and you perform well at it. And you're passionate about it, and you don't understand how anybody else could not love their job. Well, maybe they hate their job. Maybe they didn't get the types of opportunities to have a great career, and they can't get passionate about it. And what they need is one of these second chances.
Yeah.
When you hear second chance, what do you think?
Oh, that you probably messed up the first one.
That you probably messed up the first one. Let me ask you this. You and Paul Pappy are playing golf. You get on the first tee. Now, this is it. We're going to find out who is better, Paul Pappy or Freddie Blanton. And I'm going to put Paul. Paul goes first. Paul's got honors, and he tees off, and he tops it into the woods, and he says, I believe I'm going to go ahead and just take another one right here.
A breakfast ball.
What is that?
Yeah, you get a breakfast ball. If you're starting, let's say we're teeing off at 9:25, that's called a breakfast ball. Everybody gets a breakfast ball.
Everybody gets a breakfast ball. Now, is that written in the rules of golf?
In the rules of amateur golf, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I understand. It's kind of the unwritten rule. And that brings me to my question. Really, second chances, whether we're talking about someone that's maybe a political candidate that's done something and society gives him another chance, or maybe it's a parole officer giving somebody a second chance. But the question becomes when to forgive and when to not forgive, right?
Mm. In the political world, there's a lot of forgiving. A lot of forgiving.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah, yeah. But the reason that I brought this Julie, who is now on the bus, we love having you bus riders here. I think that's a great thing. I thought it was so ironic. So I was talking to a landscape company, And he said, man, I could grow like crazy if I could find the people, right? And so workforce solutions are a big deal. And what I was saying to kind of segue into this, a lot of times these folks that didn't get these opportunities have the skills to really contribute, and they don't have that opportunity. And so what brought that back into mind, so Julie's got an initiative, and I suggest you reach out to Julie and learn more about that. But it brought up to my mind like Taylor Brown and what Taylor has done with Cottonwood Construction. And if you remember how all that worked out, you probably know more details than I do, but he gave people a second chance, and it's worked out really, really well.
Yeah. And some people, you know, they deserve a second chance. That's the best way to put it.
They deserve
the first chance could have been a certain situation they were in, didn't mean to, young. You know, there's a lot of things that can go in to the initial problem.
Absolutely. There's a lot of things that can go into the initial problem. It really does have to be earned. I was thinking about this, Gary. Not everyone deserves a second chance. It has to be earned. And when we say earned, we're really talking about trust, right?
Show me that I can trust you now.
Show me that I can trust you now. And it's a difficult thing, right? It's difficult when we know we want to forgive. All the folks on this bus are the types of folks that want to forgive. We want to see the best in people, but we also know kind of how things go sometimes, and it may not always be easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what Julie says here. Good point, Fred. They messed up the first chance, Freddie Bletton, but why? Uphill development versus downhill rehabilitation. Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into that. Let's see what old Aaron Jacobitz. I just saw Eddie was doing our first job at Bobcat of Spartanburg today. Are you kidding me? Aaron Jacobitz got out there. What is Aaron doing at Bobcat of Spartanburg?
I don't know. All I do is just let them work.
Just let them work, approve it, and hey, I like that. I like it when the bus riders are doing business together, and then here somebody says, "Hey, Dad."
Hey. So that okay, here we go. So that is Kids and Houses is Lindsay Blanton, but she has Sobey at the doctor getting that calf and everything checked on, see if he will be released for activity.
Okay. Hey, I heard
that could be Sobey B.
I got it. Hey, and then here's Joe says, stop selling, start consulting and delivering. And delivering.
You need your second.
I'm gonna be on the phone later. And delivering meaningful relationships that convert. Brian Palmer. Stop selling. That's a big deal. You know what? We were talking about sales pitches and what makes a good sales pitch and what makes a bad one.
Yeah, last week.
If it sounds like a sales pitch, it's a bad one. Nobody likes to get sold. If it sounds, and I'm guilty of this lately, and we're going to talk more about that too. Let's see what Joe says.
Have you ever had somebody give you a sales pitch and they're doing a good job and you recognize like, wow, this is pretty good?
Here's the thing, like the aggressive sales, the kind of Andy Elliott kind of old school, pat them up, move them as he calls it. And that's really what it is. It's we're moving, it's in the moment. We feel that when we're in the presence of someone who is attempting to move us. Go to a timeshare in a fancy resort and you will see some true closers. Those guys are on another level. Let's see what Joe says. Trust has to be earned, but second chances should be given. Turn the cheek. Now, after a while, if trust is broken, we may have to move on. Thanking people with addictions. We help the best we can. We do. We help the best we can. It's a tough call, right? Like, but I think as a general rule, think about the workforce situation. Think about and reach out to Julie and talk to her about what she's got going on, because I think it's a powerful thing. And I think that we need workers. That one landscape company that I talked to is not alone. If it sounds like a sales pitch, it's about, and there's Vicky Watts. She made the bus this morning. Hey, I want to have a great weekend. I'm glad Freddie Blanton and all these fantastic people are on the bus with us to have it. I need something, Freddie. Final thought me.
So it is Monday.
Mhm.
And recap what we just went over.
Yeah.
Hit us with the fine points.
Let's do this. I'm going to say second chances first, right? You never get a second chance to make a first impression. We must establish trust. We've got to establish trust. What else did you get?
Don't be so quick to judge someone's first mistake. That's what I'm going to leave you with.
Don't be so quick to judge someone's first mistake. See them as they are, not as you are. How about that? Have a great day, everybody.
Woo!